The never-ending blues. Hey everyone, Chris here.
And my name is Guillaume. Welcome to Thomann's Guitars and Basses and to yet another phenomenally introduced video where we're going to be talking about the differences between the ES-335, 345 and 355, which is $10. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye. What is actually the difference? Is it the, I was pointing at the Veritone, which that doesn't have. Is it the Veritone? Is it the, what is
stereo.
that? You know, is it the stereo jack? Is it the inlay? What is actually like a consistent difference between these models?
Yes. Let's start with the one that everyone is familiar with, the 335. That was the entry level, the first model to come out. It came out at $335, ergo the name.
Was it 58? I think it was introduced in 58 already.
And the other two, like the whole series was completed in 59. I think that was the story.
Which I learned from him, actually.
I have many fun facts sprinkled throughout this video, so tag along. This is the 335. It is the one that started it, that introduced that shape, the electric Spanish shape of guitar, and so ended up being kind of the entry level, but the one that everyone knows.
Yeah.
The 335.
It has the tone block, the center block in the middle, so it's solid in the middle, and then the two wings are what make this guitar semi-hollow or you know, somewhat hollow.
Yes.
It's a good mixture, has the ergonomics and the vibe of like a solid body electric, but the shape, the size, and to a certain extent, the tone of like a jazzier guitar, even though it does not sound like a traditional jazz box at all. And that's, I think, why so many blues players, rock players, even hard rock or punk players fell in love with this guitar, because it is one of those do-it-all. You need a Les Paul sound, you can get really close. You need a Tele-esque, kind of spanky, very clean tone. Well, you can kind of get there. It's incredibly versatile with a very unique own character.
For that, refer to our video, All the Sounds with the 335, in which we dived into the versatility of the instrument. But essentially, this is the basic model. So as you said, central block.
The main thing is that it's maple, poplar, and maple 3-ply wood for the top and back. And the sides are sometimes different. It depends also on the model and the year, but it's a plywood instrument that is semi-hollow, hence the name.
Beautiful.
Semi-hollow instruments. What are the appointments of the 335?
Stubtail bridge.
What makes it a 335?
Nylon.
Not always.
Not always?
No,
no. I thought so.
No.
I'll see, we live and we learn. The stubtail bridge, the two humbuckers, the rosewood board, and the logo.
It is the flower, whatever, tulip, whatever you call it.
Crown?
That is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Split diamond.
That is the 55. But let's not get there. But also, in the early years, it used to have dot inlays.
Oh.
That's the dot model, the 50s models. And then later on in the 60s, they went for the block inlays, which is smaller than what you see on Les Paul Customs, but it's that block inlay kind of vibe, which is something that they went for later on. But it's a single ply, simple binding on the body. You have the binding on the neck, even though at the beginning for a while there was no binding, but they changed that pretty quickly. And that's really it. That's the 335. No fancy switching options, just the regular four knob kind of thing
switch,
with
full
the
knob
toggle,
selector,
the
yeah.
three-way toggle, and that's it.
This one sports the nylon saddles though, which I do love. I love the sound of those. I think it's so unique and just beautifully rounded. It almost takes the acoustic sound to like banjo-y, like bluegrass territory, and it just, I don't know, it does something really special to the guitar. By the way, we haven't mentioned all examples that we're using today are Gibson Murphy Lab instruments, because as much as you'll find the 335 declined at every price range of both Gibson and Epiphone, the 345 and 355s are only available in the Gibson custom shop.
Especially if we're talking about traditional spec.
Yes.
Because you would have different humbuckers or different, bridges or this and that. But if you want to show what an actual original sort of reissue 35, 45, 55 are, we had to go Murphy Lab. Boo-hoo-hoo.
Oh no! Anyways,
no.
this is the clean sound. I'm not kidding. It's gonna be mostly clean. I have a compressor on. Not a single drive pedal is engaged.
Every single time. Every single time.
But you hear that little clunk clunk kind of thing with the saddles. It's a lot. I don't know. It brings something that's chewy and not necessarily guitar-like, but something that I do enjoy.
Yeah,
very much.
Yeah.
That is the ES-335.
Which brings us to $10 more.
This is what $10 extra will buy you. Look at that bridge.
Oh yeah, baby. We're joking with that, but actually it is really what it was sort of referring to. Like the 335 back in like the late 50s, early 60s used to be around that price, and then the 345 was like about $10 more expensive, and 355 was the most fancy one, being again about $10 more expensive. So it's a joke now because, inflation and stuff, but it used to be the actual sort of reference to the price tag.
Yes.
345, a bit more fancy.
This one lies.
This one says it's stereo, but it's not. It's just, it's a mono jack. So with the 345 onwards, like 355 as well, you had the chance of getting the Veritone, which is like different capacitors, changing the sound of the guitar. It's not a coil split, it's not a coil tap, it's just changing the frequencies that come out of the guitar with different capacitors. Yes. I will go through it in a sec. The other option you had was a stereo jack. The 355 was definitely one of those that also came with an amp with two inputs, like a stereo amp. If you went for that, plus the split cable or whatever, the fancy stuff. Those were the two actual upgrades, like functional upgrades compared to the 335. Other than that, it's the binding. That has a single ply binding on the body. This has a double bound. Then the don't tease it. Then the inlays, which had the I will never be able to pronounce it. The parallelogram.
You did great. Hey, you nailed it.
Okay.
First try. Don't try again.
Winging stuff.
You had it.
The split parallelogram.
Hey. twice in a row.
It's a Monday. It's one of
Look
those
at him.
Mondays. You just
Look
nail
at him
things,
fly.
which is just a visual thing. Obviously, still the rosewood board, still the same features, mahogany neck, and the three-ply maple, poplar, maple body, etc. So really just the and also on the headstock, no, that's the same still. Yeah.
Yeah.
The split diamond only comes on the 55. So that is it really.
And the cool tailpiece.
Yeah, the tailpiece, that's again a different thing. Like you would have the chance to get these with Bixby later on as well, but this is like something they introduced later on. This is a 60s thing. You would see these in jazz guitars, like full hollow body guitars, because there's nothing inside, no tone block, so you cannot
anchor a bridge
a bridge like that, like a stop tail piece like that.
Yeah.
So you have to sort of go to the side of the body and then just hang the strings on a trapeze tailpiece like this.
Put a little reverb on it. Nice. Just a little more. Yes. Yes.
It's such a good sound. It's much closer tone-wise to a solid body than to a jazz guitar. Clearly, you have a lot of clarity, really tight sound, and that bell-like neck pickup sound that we know from like a Les Paul. But it always just has something about it. Not sure if it's like the peak frequency that's a little lower, or like something is different about the mid-range as well. You just feel instantly inspired in a different way, and I love what it does to me. That's why I had to buy that guitar on the wall, which is my 330L. We'll talk about it because there are some oddballs that confuse us all. But before that happens, do you wanna?
Oh no!
Oh no! Poor guy has to grab the 355.
Heavy up. You get what you pay for.
You can feel.
This one has more tone inside.
$10 more tone.
I don't know how it's gonna come out of my mouth, but It sounds more like a regular guitar.
Okay.
In a non-offensive way, right? This is not a bad thing for this one. This is not a bad thing for this one. I prefer this.
Okay.
This sounds more like...
Even closer to solid body.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
And essentially the 355 at this point is only cosmetic, right? There is nothing more into... Oh, you don't... I thought it was the same options.
That's an ebony fretboard.
Oh yeah, but that's just cosmetic. Wood doesn't matter.
That's why it sounds so different, right? Because wood doesn't matter.
Is there a filter that makes your blood boil? No, but yeah, that's true. It is an ebony board. Those are the big old tuning machines. Split.
I'm having troubles breathing here.
Split diamond logo, the proper block, big block.
Yeah. So essentially, imagine, like, close your eyes, imagine a Les Paul Custom, and then open it, and this is that, just bigger.
This is it. And we get the 3-ply binding all around. But yeah, minor difference, but you get something that looks more luxurious.
Yeah, yeah.
Sound-wise, I don't know.
Also, one thing I forgot to mention is the gold hardware. That's a thing from the 345 on, so 55 and 45 have the gold hardware, which is a visual thing.
Much like the ebony fretboard. Yeah. Do you know what pickups are in both of these?
Alnico 3.
Alnico 3 custom.
These had the same sort of pattern PAF pickups that Gibson used in other models as well. As far as I can tell, there were no specific models per instrument. It's like, this is our humbucker. This is what we use in our guitars in those years. And I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that on the 45 and 55, you had more sort of vibrola and like all kinds of bridge options.
Yeah, custom options.
I guess that makes much more sense. Not sure how many options you had with the 35, since that's the entry model, or that used to be the entry model. Maybe that was much more sort of plain and simple in terms of those options as well.
Yeah. Are we going to have some 330 action?
Oh yeah, so this is just to confuse everyone. Now that you think you know things.
330L.
Yes. This is a one-off that Gibson made for, I think, maybe 1 year or something in 2015. It's a 330L, which is essentially a 335 single bind, small blocks, the headstock, it all works. Yeah. It's a 60s 335, but it's fully hollow. And has a big speed. So it's so if you knock on the body, it's hollow everywhere, which makes it much more troublesome if you have a lot of gain and a lot of volume going on, but it makes it much more lively if you have a lot of volume and not a lot of gain, which I shall demonstrate in the outro playing. Otherwise, it is a 335, and Gibson would every now and then do like small, limited runs of like different things that are kind of close to other models, but not really that. Just keep an eye open for those, because if you see something like, wait a second, that's what is that, a casino? Is that 330? What is it? There are sometimes models that look a little different and still, fall in a certain category. They just did like a limited run or something. So
yeah. No, it's and I think it's nice to, as much as you're gonna have various flavors of Les Paul and Firebird and all of that, I think the ES really stands apart because of that semi-hollow / fully hollow / the construction makes such a big difference on the instrument that it's not just a matter of small appointments and hardware and all of that. Those are very different guitars, but at the same time they all retain that lower mid-range punch that give them a different kind of clarity from like a Les Paul and SG, for example. And it's just so good to play. It's such a great shape.
Yeah, also it makes you play differently, which is something that I very much appreciate. Let me just start with those good old chords.
Jazz chords.
Let me start with those chords that you guys can hear the guitar alone, and then you can jump in and we play ourselves out. How does that sound?